Blunt Talk with LT, episode 108. This episode is brought to you by StackWAP.com. StackWAP.com/shop for your SGE merch. Use promo code Blunt Talk. That's capital B, capital T, no space, for 10% off everything in the SGE store. If you want to promote, market, sponsor the podcast, hit up lyricalthreatlt@gmail.com. Hit me with a message. Tell me what you want me to promote or whatever. We can work up a deal for the sponsorship. This is the #1 independent podcast in the country currently. Do a lot of audio downloads. The YouTube page is buzzing. So make sure you hit me up and, promote your shit. Large audience, large American audience, large Canadian audience, large UK audience. We're pretty global at this point. So you want to promote your brand, you want to market your shit, hit me up. We can work out a deal and we can get to it. But this episode I want to focus on, I'm going to have a lot of unpopular opinions this episode, but more I really want to focus on some women accountability in this episode. That's not going to be the first thing I'm getting to. Let's get to the fuck shit at first, because we always want to dive into some interesting shit to start off with. So there's pretty much been this big trending shit going on with Adam 22's podcast, the No Jumper podcast. He had Celina Powell on and her friend pretty much said some interesting ass stories that got the internet buzzing and trending. She talked about slurping 7 NBA players back to back, all in a row, whatever. Them sitting in a hotel room. And there's a lot of rumors that it is the Phoenix Suns, but these are rumors. They're not from credible sources. And a lot of people might just be saying that shit because they went 8-0 in the bubble. But I'm not buying that. I'm not spreading that. So don't take it from me like that. This is not confirmation that it's the Phoenix Suns. It's not confirmation by any means. So don't take it there. But let's listen to the interview. Since this was a YouTube interview on a YouTube platform, I'm probably not going to play the video. I don't want it to get demonetized or taken down completely. So let's just listen to the audio.
On my birthday is Memorial Day weekend.
Uh-huh.
On my birthday, I seen them all at Dre's, like this one team.
Okay.
She's so shy. It's so cute,
I know,
baby.
like, shit. And I don't know, I was getting fucked in a hotel room. They all pulled up, and I sucked their
Put
dick.
the mic down.
The whole team.
7.
7 basketball players in a row?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
I was fucked up. I didn't fuck any of them, though.
She said
What happened to the nuts?
Swallowed.
All of them.
Yeah.
And nothing happened? You didn't have like a weird reaction in your stomach or anything?
No, I passed
that
out.
sounds so fun.
You're almost making it sound like you were too fucked up to be sucking 7 dicks. And also, you were getting fucked by somebody else right before this?
Yeah, they walked in mid me getting fucked.
How did they
from
walk
the back.
in? Where were you?
In the hotel room. So I was fucking like someone that works with the team, and I know that team because I've hooked up with them before. But they all pulled up. No, not the whole team.
Okay.
Like a few of them. They all just pulled up. They knew I was in there, and they were like, "Let's get lit." And they were just sitting around the bed, and they just rotated.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yo, they all love you.
So you don't look
Told
back.
you.
Do you look back at this as a positive memory?
Yeah, I don't care. It was lit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I respect
She's
that.
just nervous right now.
No, I mean, she's not that nervous if she immediately told us about sucking 7 dicks in a row.
That's facts. Can't be that nervous if you're divulging that type of information. It's pretty filth on her regard, for her to be doing that, and for all the 7 NBA players back, getting their dicks sucked all in a row. All 7 of them, all sitting in the same room on the same bed, waiting and watching each other. That's pretty filthy. I could imagine it went something like this.
Take me out. It's my turn. You told me it was my turn.
You can talk all that you want to, yell and scream. You
okay,
lost.
it is my turn.
You lost the game.
It's my turn.
Take as long as you want. You still lost.
That's filthy. I don't even understand. Like, these girls come, not even girls, these thoughts come on this show and want to promote their whole behavior, and it's like it's all for the clout. This is like the clout wars out here. These girls come in. See how anxious and how giddy Celina Powell was about. Oh shit! This eyelash is fucking my shit up. Yeah, Celina Powell's she was so happy that she was telling these type of hoe stories, her thought tales, and it's like the clout is really a motherfucker, because this girl said she's a CPA. Imagine her returning back to her office and all these other accountants looking at her like, you did that, bitch? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, these girls are tripping. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, for me, I look at people like this that are so thirsty to get these type of thought quest stories out there. It's like, why people were so quick to jump and believe her story about Trey Songz, trying to out Trey Songz and ruin Trey Songz' name when she said something about Trey Songz. Celina Powell said some bullshit about Trey Songz in the past, so she was happy when she brought it up, and she's like, say his name or whatever. Okay, let me play the clip, and let's react to it.
Not bad. I didn't know what was happening. He just did it. He just like. Was
Bitch, please say who.
Fuck Trey Songz. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He wants me.
How did he surprise pee on you? What?
Okay, so I go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom to wipe the nut off my face, like in between rounds. He follows me in there. He's like, get in the bathtub. I'm like, okay. So I do, and I'm like laying down. He's standing over me, like jacking off, and he's like, "Play with your pussy." I'm like, "Okay." So I do, and then he's like, "Play with your tits." So I do, and then he literally just peed on me like that, and I was like, "What the fuck on my eyelashes?" And he's like, "You're fine," and I was like,
You're fine. How many rounds has Trey Songz gotten him?
"Oh, 5 million."
Really?
Yes. When I left, there was a pile of condoms on the ground. I was like, "Whoa, I don't even."
He wore a condom every time?
Yeah.
Holy
Thank God.
shit! This guy's got an invincible
Did you know
cock,
wild
huh?
how you told me?
Thank God. What?
I wish she wasn't as nervous, but I'm not gonna make her go all
He
out.
already got mad at me for like talking about it, but I don't give a fuck.
Who cares, bitch?
Trey.
Just don't ever see him.
Terry?
No, Trey. But
Trey.
every bitch I know that has fucked him says the same shit. Like,
That he pees on him?
yeah,
I think
and
his
he's
kid-
psycho. Like, he took my phone and my purse away for like a whole day, held it over the balcony, was like, "Bitch, if you're trying to leave, I'm gonna drop this shit." I'm like,
But y'all didn't want to believe me. Okay.
And he's
he
just.
did the same thing to her. Like, he just does the same shit.
Yeah.
He's like, weird.
But so he keeps you in a hotel room for this long, and he's just fucking you like a million times.
Yeah, and I kept asking like, when can I leave? What time is it? And he like just wouldn't answer. He would just fucking ignore me, and I'm like, okay. And then he was like, you can leave when I go like to my flight. And I was like, okay, when's that? Wouldn't tell me. I'm like, okay.
I don't know if it's just me, but I'm the kind of guy where it's like, if I had a girl in a hotel room, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fuck her once,
And then leave.
and then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna say, hey, all right, now you gotta go. I got
See,
other
think
shit I'm
that's why
trying to do.
also
That's
I don't
why
do
I'm
good
not
at
Trey
threesomes.
Songz.
Honestly, that sounds a lot like the story that Celina Powell said. It sounded like she's coercing her friend to kind of follow with the same suit, but they actually did something. There's actual, like, Trey Songz leaked the conversations that they had, so they did have some sort of sexual interaction. I'm not sure if her story was 100% true or if any, well, some of it has to be true because they actually had some sort of sexual encounter, but the whole stealing the phone thing, a lot of people are going in on Trey Songz for that, saying he's a predator and he's X, Y, and Z, and they're dragging his name through the mud. But when it comes to Celina Powell, you have to take everything she says with a grain of salt because she's lied various times in the past. She lied on Cardi B and Offset by saying Offset, was her baby father and blah, blah, blah. She faked the whole pregnancy, all that bullshit, had the relationship in shambles. It's like, you can't trust everything this girl says or her friends because it's like, who are these people? They're clout chasers. They're clout chasing thoughts that you can't just hear everything they say and jump to it and be like, okay, this is 100% fact, because there's a lot of embellishment there. She said there was a pile of cum on the floor when she got there, but she said that he also wore condoms with every round, so I don't understand how there's a pile of cum if he's wearing condoms every time. I don't fucking know. Maybe he took them. I don't know, but some of the shit she says is a little weird. So Trey Songz clapped back on Twitter. He brought out the receipts. Let me show some of the receipts from the conversation that he had. The problem with his receipts is that he left the phone number in the receipts, not in the Instagram receipts. Let me show what he has here. He has, where does this start? Hold on, okay, so there's an IG conversation. She says, you're so gay for blocking me. He said, stop sending them weak ass videos all the time. Then she responded, you don't even say shit, so how would I know, weirdo? She sent picture, video, 2 videos. I'm in LA, babe. Oh yeah. So clearly from the start of this conversation, she's the thirsty one pursuing Trey Songz, just for Trey Songz to actually have some sort of sexual relationship with her, and then her out him and dog him after it. Because that's what a lot of these clout chasing thoughts do. They target you. They're chasing these celebrities. They're completely bothering them all the time, sending nudes, sending pictures, sending stuff, trying to get in touch with these celebrities, trying to be that hot girl that the celebrity fucks with. And then when they get nothing but, a quick round or whatever and sent on their ways, no bag, no come up off of it, no clout, they take those stories and they immediately run with them and they drag their name. It's like at the end of the day, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, why are you sticking up for potential predators and blah blah blah. I just know how a lot of these thoughts go, like how they get on. So it's like you can't take everything. That's why I said this at the beginning of this episode. There's gonna be a lot of unpopular opinions here. It's like I'm not gonna be quick to jump and believe these thoughts. Like I'm just not gonna do it. There's more. She posts. I'm not even gonna read these because I'm not gonna let this type of garbage come out of my mouth. So I'm gonna be posting them. You're gonna see them on the screen. You see the conversations. A lot of people are going in on Trey Songz because she said "good night, nigga," and she's a white girl, and they're like, "Oh, you allowed a white girl to call you nigga, and then you still hooked up with her in the 4 seasons or whatever the hell it was." There's another message. I'm just gonna be posting them while I'm talking because you're gonna see them on the side of the screen or whatever. Unless you're listening to the audio, then life kind of sucks for you. You got to go check that shit on Twitter. But, you know, she's basically, okay, I'm going to read this part. She's like, she's in LA. I'll drop a pin, text me. He's like, Beverly Hills, ? She's like, no, I'm downtown. Get an Uber. She said, you need to unblock me. She drops a number. He didn't block the number, so the number's on the screen. He said, catch an Uber, baby. And then she said, I'm not going to read this because I'm not letting this filthy shit come out of my mouth either. So she's on her period or whatever, and she could only SD. So whatever. And that's the bulk of their conversation that they have on IG. And then there's the text message conversations of her kind of stalking him, telling her to unblock me, blah, blah, blah. And she's, you know, she's saying she's not for the clout and the goofy shit, which she clearly is because she went on No Jumper podcast and outed all the information. So we clearly know what that's about. Trey Songz also went on Twitter and you know, said that y'all stay ready to believe a bird. He said, I usually stay quiet on this, but I feel that in many ways the movement to fight for women who actually suffered harassment and abuse on various levels has been hijacked by those who find it convenient for themselves to come up and as they seek to destroy someone's life. And it's true. A lot of these girls are trying to come up and they're clout chasers and they're ruining the whole movement. That's why I'm not going to jump and believe all of this fuck shit because it's doing a real disservice to a lot of the real girls that's been abused. When you hear real abuse stories, they're way different than these clout chasers showing up at these famous people's hotels and then talking about getting raped or sexually assaulted when you're showing up at someone's hotel at, you know, God knows what time in the morning or whatever. It's like, that's not really the case of most of these sexual assault stories. I know a lot of girls in real life that have been sexually assaulted, raped, or whatever, and their stories are nothing like these clout chasing stories. They're not at places they're not supposed to be. Like, this is not victim shaming or whatever, because people like to always throw that under the whole thing. Oh, you're victim shaming if you don't believe somebody. You don't believe that he took her phone and waved it over the balcony. At the end of the day, it's like, you were thirsty. You pursued Trey Songz. You guys had your sexual relationship. You guys did whatever the fuck you did. You may have got peed on. It doesn't matter. It's not the same as R. Kelly peeing on minors. You're a grown-ass woman. Be accountable for your actions. If you felt like you got nothing out of this, that you didn't get a come up, just take your L and move silently. It's like, I don't understand why all this shit is being put out. It may seem like I'm caping for Trey Songz. It's like, for me, I'm just looking at the facts and for what it really is. And a lot of these girls are clout chasing. And they're really trying to just ruin people's names. They have the power to just say what they want, and then the court of public, the public is pretty much just gonna go in on them. Twitter and all these losers on Twitter, like, just jump on the bandwagon without knowing any details or any facts, and they just want to roast people and they want to see the downfall of celebrities because their life is miserable or whatever. It's like, of course, some people actually believe that he's a predator because there's other instances. There's a whole Keke Palmer story, and there's other things that Trey Songz may not be super innocent of, but not every story is the same. Not every encounter is the same. We can't all lob them into the same group of harassment stories and then just believe everybody because you believe one person. And the whole Keke Palmer thing is weird to me, too, because she said sexual intimidation when she was invited to his house for a party, and then he wanted to shoot a music video, and his director asked her, she said no. His producer asked her, she said no. He asked her, she said no. But they asked her if she wanted to be in the video, and if she felt like it was too much pressure, it was overwhelming, I felt like she could have left the house. But she said there was sexual intimidation. Okay, let me play her story, and then let's deep dive into this, because this is where the whole woman accountability portion of the episode comes in for me, because I feel like she needs to be a little more accountable for her actions. But let's listen to her story first.
He released a new music video for his song Pick Up the Phone, and you make a cameo appearance, as I understand it. But you say you never authorized him to use your likeness.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you doing there if you didn't want to be in the video?
Well, it was a party. It was a regular party. You know, I was in Miami for New Year's, a lot of friends there, people there. You know, so I just went to hang out, and then it turned into a video.
You didn't know it would be a video?
No, I didn't know.
Did you see cameras?
Yeah, when I started to see cameras, I was like, okay, they filming a video, ain't got nothing to do with me, you know, until they started asking me to be in it.
They did ask you to be in it?
Yeah, more than once.
And you said no?
Yeah, more than once.
Why did you say no?
Because I wasn't in the right mind. I had been drinking and eating, and it wasn't a professional environment. It was not a place where I'm like, I'm in the right mind to decide if this works with my brand, if I like the artist. I don't know nothing about the artist that it's also in the song.
Did you say no to the producer or to Trey?
I said first no to the producer, then said no to the assistant, and then said no to Trey, and then said it again after I, you know, came out the closet.
What did you mean by sexual intimidation?
I mean, just that, sexual intimidation. You know, I mean, like, I feel as a female, often I'm put in situations where sometimes males will use their masculinity, their sexuality to taunt you. You know, I hate to have to bring and say that and make it known, but I mean, look, I ain't the first person that's gone through. People have gone through this all the time. In college, in high school, but these aren't the things that I've experienced. So this was like kind of one of my first major experiences. You know, it would be like you going to a party where the biggest jock is there, and the whole time he's like, you know, you can get screwed, you can get this, you can get that, you know, and you ain't no little girl no more.
I don't understand that, to be completely real. They asked her to be in a video. If she wanted to leave, you could have left. She talked about hiding in the closet because she was nervous. It's like, yo, you're a grown fucking woman. That's what I don't understand. What are we supposed to do? Treat women like children? Even if he wanted to fuck or whatever and he was trying to coerce her, it's like, yo, leave. If you don't want to have sex, you're at a party, you don't want to do nothing, leave. I don't understand that. What is sexual intimidation? Let me just pull up a dictionary definition of sexual intimidation. Says sexual intimidation means threatening behavior means threatening behavior of sexual nature directed at another person, such as threatening to sexually assault another person or engaging in indecent exposure. Last time I checked, he didn't expose himself and he didn't threaten to sexually assault her. So I don't know where she's going with the sexual intimidation. I felt like she probably felt like Trey Songz was hot or something because she used the jock analogy, and she was probably attracted to him, and she probably felt shame for not engaging in anything or being in the music video because she felt like it'll ruin her chances with Trey Songz or something. I don't know. That's just what I'm coming to, because I don't understand what the hell sexual intimidation means at that point. If you're uncomfortable, you're a grown ass woman. Leave the place. You're not a little girl. You're not. It's like, we're not going to treat grown ass women like children. This is regressive for women when you hear stories like this. It's like she's been a sheltered child that hasn't been in any type of party situations or whatever because she's been on TV and she's an actress or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like she's hit with a real life experience and she doesn't know how to act because she hasn't had no life experience. It's like, yo, you're a grown ass woman. Conduct yourself as such. Let's hear her talk to Wendy, because there's a lot of backlash from her performance. This is years ago. This is like from 2016, 2017, but this is relevant right now because Trey Songz is being dragged for the stuff that, you know, his interactions with women. So this is why this shit's trending and this is why it's popping up right now, because these are old interviews, but people are now believing Keke Palmer and they're trying to throw her on the bandwagon of fuck Trey Songz because of this broad that went on Adam 22's show and kind of tried to like ruin his name or whatever. So this is her appearance on Wendy.
By the way, we tried to call Trey. He's a friend to our show. He wasn't answering his phone. I just wanted to hear what he had to say. Yeah. So Trey Songz used you in a song, and you tell the rest and what all had happened.
Well, you know, because you done told everybody, especially, okay? But I don't want to keep browbeating that one situation. But I will say, Wendy, I would have loved to turn on your show and saw you be a little bit more compassionate and less accusatory and ridiculous.
I couldn't. Why,
girl?
Well,
because the gag is you wasn't there.
Well, but here's the deal. deal. Here's the deal. We all know these days that singers, you know, to save money, all you do is throw a house party.
That's true.
And roll the camera.
But is it right?
It's not.
It's normalized, and that's my problem. Forget about what you're saying to me. The thing is we're then telling girls that it's okay for them to be in weird and awkward and, you know, potentially sexually harassing environments.
Right.
And they should endure it and not say nothing about it. That's why I said something about it, because it's like, look, it happens to me too.
Okay, so
it happens to all of us. Just because I'm in Hollywood doesn't mean we all as women endure that.
But at least you, unlike, you know, random girls at the party, at least they came to you and they said, Keke, we're about to film this video.
At least.
He mentioned her in the video, and so.
No, where's my makeup and hair? Where's my styling?
But that's where I was telling you through the TV.
Honey, come on.
And you were a little turned up, and you're over 21, you're able to.
I'm at the party, we're having a good time, and that's my whole thing is that we have to start saying no when things don't feel right.
But
now,
why did you just leave?
Because I was nervous, honestly, you guys. Think about your first time that you were in a situation where someone challenged you sexually. That is not, you don't know how to act. And it was very nerve-wracking. I mean, you know how it is. You know, you're a woman of power. How many times have you been tested in situations of how you can stand on your own and not fall at the hands of someone else?
But I was the girl who would always leave, though.
And I did leave. But I mean, if I hid in the closet for a couple seconds, what the hell?
She hid in the closet? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We agree to disagree on that. But are you still suing him? That's a dumb lawsuit.
My thing is, at the end of the day, it's reached its resolution.
Okay.
I'll say that about it. It's reached its resolution, and it's not I'm not a hateful person, but I am the kind of person.
See, Wendy, shit, that's a dumb lawsuit. Why didn't you just leave? I'm the type of person to leave. It's like, where is the accountability? She said, oh, this is her first experience. It's not his problem that this is your first time at a fucking grown folks party. You're a grown-ass woman. Like, when she talks about sexual intimidation, what does she mean? That's my biggest question. I asked that on Twitter yesterday. No one had an answer for me. Everybody that was in uproar about this had no answer for this whole sexual intimidation thing. I don't understand what she meant. She talked about hair, stylists, all that shit, her makeup people. I understand you're some sort of celebrity, so you want to look on point for the video. But at that point, if you're not ready for the video, just leave. Every woman in that party that if they didn't want to be in the video or didn't want to be in there for a music video shoot, they could have all left. I'm sure half of them were actually happy to be in a Trey Songz video, but they could have left. You guys are all grown women. Where's the accountability? Where's the accountability? It's like you can't put all of these things on men. Like we're supposed to walk you like you're some child. Like I don't understand it. You're a grown-ass woman. Do better. Do better. I'm sorry. She's talking about people not having sympathy. The Breakfast Club even had skepticism. DJ Envy asked, oh, it could have been a mistake. And to me, it seems like a misunderstanding. It could have been a misunderstanding. For me, I feel like it was a misunderstanding. And she didn't take the pressure, the social pressure well because she's inexperienced and she has no life experience. Talking about first party. Like, I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. From that incident, it didn't seem like Trey Songz did nothing wrong, and his name does not deserve to be dragged through the mud for that shit. I'm sorry. It could be unpopular opinion because people were going in on him yesterday on Twitter, but it is what it is. This is just real fucking talk. This is real talk right now. Okay, so let's actually switch topics. Let's move on to some other shit. Let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion because this has nothing to do with accountability. Our women accountability, like the theme of this episode. This is an actual victim in a crime, Meg Thee Stallion. So she was pretty much going against people on Twitter that trying to say, oh, she's out and about, she's at all these parties, she's doing a music video shoot, did she really get shot? But really and truly, it's all these fucking no-name brands on Twitter and social media that don't even have a real profile picture and have no followers. So I don't even understand why she fed into the narrative and felt like she needed to address these people. But I'm pretty sure her mentions and her DMs are probably filled with all that fuck shit. So she probably felt the need to actually clarify it. So she posted these pictures, and there's going to be a graphic, explicit warning for anybody entering past this point because these are injuries and wounds that I'm about to display on the screen. So let me put this up right now. This is her foot from the bullet wounds. It looks like there's 2 bullet wounds, 2 entry points. She only shows the one foot, although she's initially said she was shot in both feet, but she may have been. She probably just felt like she needed to show one foot, but there's 2 bullet holes in the feet. This is like when it was being stitched up or whatever. There's another picture, but I didn't get that picture, so it's just this one I'm displaying. Pretty rough, pretty gross. Standard bullet holes though. Like I've seen shit like this before. It's gross, but it is what it is. She's making a recovery and she's outliving her life. You can't expect her to just be sitting home miserable after being shot. She's gonna enjoy her life and continue her life. So I'm not one of those people that say that, like, you know, says that she should not be out and about doing her thing. Like, go live your life, go enjoy yourself. But yeah, everybody needs to stop the beaking on Twitter and actually understand that she's been shot. She also said another thing in her statement. She said she was walking away from the incident, which kind of confirms the initial story about her trying to walk away from Tory and Tory shooting her. But she has not confirmed that she was shot by Tory Lanez. So that's still up in the air. There's really no confirmation with that one. So it is what it is. Everyone in the public is already jumping on Tory Lanez and accusing him. And he already has the stigma of him shooting her. So pretty much everyone believes that he shot her, although it has not been confirmed to this day. All right, moving on. One last thing before we get out of this episode. This was a shooting in Chicago caught on tape. Another explicit graphic warning for this one. This is definitely going to demonetize the episode if it's already not demonetized. So, yeah, let's play this fucked up shooting that, you know, happened in Chicago, I believe a week ago. Where's the clip? Here, no, not this one. Where is this at? Here we go. No audio in this video, of course. It's like camera footage from a building. See, that's some disturbing ass footage right there. That is some vile street behavior. But that's what happens in the streets. That's what happens when you're about that life and you're a goon and you're out here participating in those type of activities. Like, people have to start showing the negative outcomes of that type of lifestyle, because either you're in jail or shit like that happens when you're acting like that in the street. So that's a warning for anybody that's trying to live that street life. Like, that could be the outcome of your life. That type of fuck shit. That's just fucked up that that's on camera and that's on, you know, out there for the public consumption, because that shit is fucked up. That shit is absolutely fucked up. But that's not on theme with this episode. I just always have to have one of these weird fuck shit clips in the podcast. Sorry for the audio listeners. You can't see that. If you want to see that, go to the YouTube channel. Check out this video. But that's pretty much going to put a wrap on this episode. Blunt Talk with LT. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, share the videos that you fucks with, share the clips that you fucks with, share the whole episode if you want. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.